a king was dying. Not in battle, not from a wound, from a sickness so severe that the prophet Isaiah walked into his room and said, "Set your affairs in order. You will not recover." That's not a gentle warning. That's a death sentence delivered by God's own messenger. But then something happened. God changed his mind, and he told Isaiah to prescribe something. Not a prayer, not a ritual, a remedy. A specific, physical, natural remedy. A lump of figs, pressed against the wound. And the king recovered. That story is in 2 Kings chapter 20, verse 7. And for centuries, people have treated it as a miracle, something beyond explanation. But modern science has started looking at what figs actually do to the human body, and what they found suggests this wasn't magic, it was medicine. History, the king was Hezekiah, one of the few kings of Judah the Bible calls righteous. He tore down the pagan altars, he restored the temple. He trusted God when the Assyrian army surrounded Jerusalem with 185,000 soldiers. But then he got sick. The Bible describes it as a Shechin, a boil, an abscess, possibly a severe skin infection, or even a tumor. Whatever it was killing him. Isaiah delivered God's message, prepare to die. Hezekiah turned his face to the wall and wept. And then God spoke again. He told Isaiah to take a devela, a cake of pressed figs, and apply it to the boil. They did. And Hezekiah lived another 15 years. Now figs were not exotic in ancient Israel. They were everywhere. Along with grapes and olives, figs were one of the 3 pillars of agriculture. Every family had a fig tree. The phrase "sitting under your own vine and fig tree" was the biblical image of peace and prosperity. But figs weren't just eaten, they were used as medicine across the entire ancient world. The Egyptians documented fig poultices in medical papyri dating back 3,500 years. The Greeks prescribed them. The Romans applied them to wounds and abscesses as standard treatment. This wasn't folk superstition. This was the pharmacy of the ancient world, and figs were one of its most trusted tools. Science, modern analysis of figs reveals why. Figs contain enzymes called phycin, a group of proteolytic enzymes that break down proteins. When applied to an abscess or infected wound, phycin helps dissolve dead tissue. It's a natural debriding agent, doing what modern surgeons do with scalpels, but gently, chemically, without cutting. Figs are also rich in flavonoids and polyphenols compounds with documented antibacterial and anti-inflammatory properties. Studies have shown fig extracts inhibiting the growth of several bacterial strains, including some that cause skin infections. The sugar content of dried figs creates a hypertonic environment on the wound surface. Bacteria struggle to survive in high sugar conditions. It draws moisture out of bacterial cells through osmosis. This is the same principle behind medical-grade honey, which hospitals now use on wounds that won't heal with conventional antibiotics. And figs contain significant amounts of potassium, calcium, magnesium, and vitamins A and K, all of which support tissue repair and immune function. So when Isaiah pressed a fig cake onto Hezekiah's boil, he wasn't performing a symbolic act. He was applying an antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, enzymatic wound treatment that drew out infection and promoted healing. The ancient world didn't have the vocabulary for it, but they had the knowledge. And it worked. Villain. So why don't doctors prescribe figs today? Because the pharmaceutical industry can't patent a fruit. Antibiotics generate billions in revenue. Wound care products fill entire hospital supply chains. Surgical debridement is a billable procedure. A fig costs almost nothing. It grows on a tree in your backyard. It requires no factory, no laboratory, no insurance pre-authorization. So the fig, one of the oldest and most effective natural remedies in recorded history, was quietly classified as food and nothing more. The knowledge that sustained Hezekiah, that filled the medical texts of Egypt and Greece and Rome, was replaced by products that cost 1,000 times more. The fig tree still grows. We just stopped looking at it. Devotion, picture the room. Stone walls. A single oil lamp flickering. The air heavy and still, the way air gets in a place where people have been crying. Hezekiah lies on his bed, facing the wall, a good king, a faithful man, and he's been told he's going to die. The tears on his face catch the lamplight. He prays. Not a formal prayer, a raw one. The kind that comes from the gut, not the scroll. And then Isaiah comes back. His face is different now. He carries a small bundle pressed figs, dark and sticky, smelling sweet and earthy. He kneels beside the king, places the fig cake against the angry swollen wound, presses gently, the coolness of the fruit against the heat of the infection. The enzymes already beginning to work, silently at a level neither man could see. Hezekiah breathes. Something shifts, not instantly, not dramatically, but the turning begins. 15 more years. That's what a lump of figs bought him. 15 years to see his son born. 15 years to lead his people. From a fruit that grew on every hillside in Judah. Recipe. Now I'm not telling you to replace your doctor with a fig, but I am telling you that this ancient remedy can be made in your kitchen and the compounds in it are real. Here's a healing fig paste in the tradition of the biblical poultice. Take 10 dried figs, the dark soft kind, with no added sugar. Place them in a bowl and cover with just enough warm water to soften them. Let them sit for 2 hours, or overnight if you can. Drain the figs, keeping a little of the soaking water, mash them with a fork, or blend them into a thick paste. Add a teaspoon of raw honey for its own antibacterial properties. Add a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric for inflammation. Mix until smooth. You can eat this paste daily, a tablespoon with breakfast, on bread, stirred into yogurt. The nutrients, the enzymes, the polyphenols, they all work from the inside. For external use on minor skin irritations, spread the paste onto clean cloth and apply as a compress. The enzymes and sugars will do what they've been doing for 3,000 years. Store the paste in a sealed jar in the refrigerator. It lasts a week. That's it. 10 figs, honey, turmeric, and you're holding the same remedy that a prophet pressed against a king's wound on a night when death was turned away. We've built hospitals and laboratories and pharmaceutical empires. And still, sometimes the most powerful thing in the room is the simplest, a fruit that grows without anyone's permission. A recipe that doesn't require a prescription. A remedy so old it predates every medical institution on earth. It's in your Bible. 2 Kings chapter 20 verse 7. It's been there the whole time. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. And if you want to keep uncovering what the Bible has been hiding in plain sight, subscribe and hit the bell. The fig tree is still bearing fruit. Come sit down.